But like I said, the ordinary Kenyan realized we fought, we lost property, we lost lives, people are never compensated. As someone in Kibera, they always told, hey, bring your list of what you lost to the chiefs, to the DC, you'll be compensated. From 2007, people were never paid. So people realize when we are fighting for someone who they'll go shake hands, so in as much as the government is trying to push Kenyans to that conversation, Kenyans have realized, nyinyi ni kazi imewashinda, and that is why you're bringing this distraction. I urge Kenyans, do not entertain that conversation. There are some who are saying that no, there's Kikuyu entitlement. Some are also saying we need to level the playing field. But when we say that, I always remind Kenyans, whether you have a small shop or not, whether you're selling fish, not all your customers are your tribe. So when we all move together, when we all have money, when our purchasing power is okay, we are going to support each other. So I want to tell Kenyans this is a distraction and ignore it because politicians want to...
We may say it's government doing it, but now the conversation appears to have caught on that other, even young Kenyans, who last year were saying they're tribeless, have gotten into the conversation, and they're talking about how, yes, what you've mentioned, there's Kikuyu entitlement, and it is that kind of risky discussions that led to what we had in 2007.
Because we are not yet upscaling the conversation. Remember, we are still stuck in this conversation of for 60 years, this tribe has been dominating, this tribe has benefited. But I want to tell, as an ordinary Kikuyu, I do not benefit when a Kikuyu president is there. I always suffer like any other Kenyan. If it's paying school fees, we are not given free things. So I want Kenyans to realize, shun that conversation of saying there's entitlement. Because you always see me kwa mtaa, we are neighbors, we have the same struggles. When goons come, when police shoot at us, we suffer the same thing. When we entertain this conversation, we are making the politicians who are benefiting from our taxes in terms of salaries to thrive. We should look at how do we interact on a daily basis as an ordinary Kenyan. And I'm saying that whatever you do, even if you own a matatu, as a Kikuyu, I do not carry only Kikuyu customers. As long as every Kenyan can afford to buy my service, that is my joy. And that is how we are going to build a nation. So I think it's government that is using old way thinking to fight an economic problem, giving us a political solution to an economic problem. They need to sit down and realize it is beyond what we used to say at TCS. It's now how are we going to increase the participatory rate of Kenyans so that people stop feeling like some people are entitled or we need to level the playing field. Because when you say leveling the playing field, in my mind I'm worried. So you need to flatten everyone who's achieved. We need Kenyans to start feeling, I have something to lose. Mm-hmm. That is what we need to do.
Senator, do you feel concerned that this conversation about tribe has gotten to the level of the Houses of Parliament, that it is some of your colleagues online talking about this and making some very scary sentiments?
Fred, let me tell you, yes, I'm very concerned. And I can assure you that this is a narrative that has been crafted and is being twisted by government. And this is because of the insecurity that President Ruto feels. President Ruto has realized that he has lost the Kikuyu vote. And that is where he got 47% of his total vote. And remember that the difference between Raila Amolo Odinga and President William Ruto was only 200,000 votes. So you won by a margin of about 200,000 votes. You have lost close to 5 million votes. Now you become very uncertain, very unstable, very insecure. And because you can see that the people who gave you all these votes might now take the vote to somebody else, then what you do is try to see whether you can be able to bedevil this particular community so that now, if it is possible, that no other communities join them. Because you are sure that if these votes are combined, for example, with the vote from the Western region, then you lose by a margin that has never been witnessed before. What's more, because I know this narrative, it is especially being driven by and sorry to say so, by Luo politicians led by Kaluma.
And that's a risk, because now we're saying it is us versus them, it is this people saying this and that. It's a very dicey space to get in.
Let me prosecute this point. President Ruto fears